Oh, that burns. Ow, it burns.
Well,
Ow. Ow.
I told you not to put that in there. It's usually a one-way kind of thing. There's typically stuff doesn't go back up. I
You
mean,
didn't tell me it was gonna burn though.
I guess I didn't know that.
You just told me not to do it. You didn't tell me
Yeah,
why.
yeah, but you should listen to me. I'm your father.
Why would I listen to you? You just say random stuff.
It's true, and think that I'm smart. Oh, it's the red
What?
light. The red light in the corner has come to
Oh,
get us.
oh, we have to stop then, right? Wait, no, opposite day.
Yes. So that means no. So
Wait,
is the show over?
I guess. I think we're done.
All right. Well, that
Good
was
job.
fun. Wow,
Good
we
job,
killed it.
everybody.
Yeah.
We're really good at this.
Hell
So
yeah.
true, bestie. So true. Stoop, how are you doing today?
God damn it. I'm alive, and you know what they say? You know what they say about being alive?
It's the greatest gift known to man.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, okay.
That's what everyone says. It's
All right.
good. It's good. Being here is good. For the moment, the ground is dry,
Oh,
so that's cool. The sky decided to open up just before we came on here, so yeah, hopefully I can maintain electricity. Hopefully you can maintain electricity throughout this very crucial and important political broadcast that we have this evening.
Very much so.
How about you? Well, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Ever since I got RFK, his brainworm in, I've been doing a lot better. So
you had the procedure to have his brainworm inserted into you?
I did, yeah. So now I'm just saying stuff, and people are like, "This guy's got it. This guy's got it."
You do like getting stuff inserted into you.
I really do. I'm a big fan of insertion, but everyone has their thing.
Oh, what's that old SpongeBob? The one of the best SpongeBob jokes was like, "Be assertive." No, Patrick, that's insertive. I love that.
Hey! Let's not be sharing all my secrets now. Yo, whoa. We're on the largest public platform known to man. We're live in Times Square right now, so you can't be
Times Square is broadcasting this show now.
This show on every one of their screens. It's like when somebody hacks the mainframe, like Anonymous, goes on. That's what we are basically.
Actually, you've just doxed us because we are anonymous. It's actually been us the whole time.
We still don't know how to spell it, but we are.
we have to hack a program that spells it for us every time.
Yeah, we have to use AI to spell
it. Well, see, we didn't have AI 10 years ago when we, were first doing this, or whenever, 12 years ago, however long.
It's been a while. We've been anonymous for a while.
And now we're still anonymous.
And we're still anonymous. We're doing it. Oh boy. What are we doing here, Stoop? What are we doing? What is this?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, days and thems, this is Talking Out Our Ass. It's a bi-weekly talk show hosted by the venerable Sam Reeves alongside yours truly, Stoop Kid. We have a guest on every time, and we interview the guest, but the catch, or the twist, if you will, is that Sam and I don't have any idea what we're going to be talking about. As of right now, we have no idea. We tell the guest, don't tell us anything. You come with a topic that you think you're knowledgeable on, and just drop it on us live, and then we have to think of an interview and try and think up some questions to ask you about this topic that you're an expert on and we're not, on the spot. But if you're watching this right now, first of all, let's get help. What's wrong with you? Also, if you're watching this right now, this is probably not your first time watching this, so I probably didn't have to explain all that. And hopefully that there's a guest involved. And Sam, do we have a guest?
We do. Okay. It's Hole. We're gonna show Hole.
It's time to show Hole.
Our guest is Hole.
Really setting our guest up.
I do have a guest. I did book a guest. Ladies and gentlemen, you may know him from Socks on 35th. You may know him as Brett, the mustache man, the overall guy. It doesn't matter. It's Brett Haffner, ladies and gentlemen. Brett, welcome to the show.
What's going on? My name's Holt.
Hey, this is Hole. Hey, what's up? What's
Oh,
up, Hole?
yes.
What's going on?
What a brilliant introduction.
Thank you so much.
Sorry, I actually have to go rebrand quickly to Holt. Give me a few minutes there.
Give me a bit to be whole.
Hey, well, we hope that the viewers will be made whole by watching tonight.
Yes, we do.
Ah.
Wholesome viewership.
Love it.
Yeah.
Brett, how are you doing today?
I'm doing just fine. It's too damn hot today. That's all.
Too damn hot.
The rent is too damn hot.
It is. The rent is hot.
It is, but we're doing fine. No class today. We good.
I never have any class.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. He beat me to it.
No, I'm gonna be a master though.
We're classless.
You're a master.
Hey.
A master
I'm
of
gonna
class.
be a master. I will be a master.
A class master.
I don't know about that.
And you can teach Sam some class for once in his life.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'll be the
Do
class.
I want to teach him class though?
Ooh.
Do I want?
That's kind of a. I mean, are you a master of philosophizing? Because that's kind of a deep, loaded question.
Sorry, just gotta lay down the rhymes. Don't mind me.
You've got a lovely ambient brick wall behind you. Are those real bricks?
I'd like to think so. It's my basement. They're all bricks. That's all I got.
What's wrong with my line of questioning, Sam? You seem.
I love it.
We're here now for Stoop's brick talk. Are those real bricks?
Have you ever checked? I see things hanging on them, but
unfortunately, none of the bricks are up. They're all sideways. There's no bricks that are up. They're just sideways.
So you'd have to break one.
I'd have to brick one.
Yeah. Any direction. Just take you know what a tapcon is? A hammer drill.
Got no clue.
All right. Well, we'll get you some Google after this, and make a hole in a brick and see what it's made of. Because maybe if they're lying to you, you could get some money back. I don't know who they are, but if they're lying to you,
the deep state is lying to me about my bricks.
Yeah, man.
This is how we take them down.
That's what I get. That's what I get for flocking south.
That's right. That is what you get. Where don't dox yourself, but where are you?
South of the suburbs. How about that?
All right.
There you go.
Yeah. South of the suburbs.
Don't dox yourself, but what's your address?
Yeah, don't dox yourself, but could you hold your credit card up in front of the camera real quick?
69420. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Don't read it off the script.
Hey man, I had to take notes.
Well,
we didn't.
Brett, well, we sure didn't. Welcome to the show. What is this interview going to be about?
All right. Well, I had to think of something. And I would say that I grabbed the info I needed for this, but didn't do a lot of prep because we're just gonna let the conversations happen.
Hell yeah.
I would guess that this is something both of you might be familiar with. Might. We'll see. I don't know. We'll have to assume. So as I describe it, we are on a major precipice right now. I recently watched a film in theaters. And that film was very self-aware about their particular company's status in the movie industry right now. So today, let's talk about the downfall and maybe potential comeback of Marvel.
Okay.
I have not seen Deadpool and Wolverine or whatever it's actually called.
No, I will not provide spoilers, of course, but that is all that needs to be said.
I mean, I that's good. We should probably do that, but I don't give a shit personally. But I'm guessing that's the movie you're talking about. As soon as you said it was a self-aware movie, that was the first thing that came to mind.
Yes, obviously,
Okay.
Deadpool, funny as hell, but very self-aware. And so, I don't know. Sam, you're a movie guy.
I have seen it. Yes,
a movie guy.
a movie guy.
But yeah, I just wanted to kind of get some flow out there about, we learned some potential new casting in the franchise for Marvel coming forward. Nice, Caitlin. Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Wait, she's why is she, all right, I'm not going to follow up on that.
TikTok.
What?
Someone's always showing it on TikTok. I'm not
The
kidding.
whole thing?
The whole movie.
Just live
What?
streaming it on
Just
TikTok?
live streaming on. Yep.
Damn, I can just sit on my couch.
But
watch-
wait, but that's what a television does. Why wouldn't you just put it on the television?
Because TikTok's not on the television.
What? But why would you watch a whole? You're gonna sit and watch a whole movie that's like the movie's shaped like this. You're holding your phone like this, and she's just watching the movie.
Sure.
Ooh, TikTok is free.
TikTok is free.
But what the?
Just like freedom.
So is bootlegging the movie. Just if you want to watch the movie, that's in. Wow. Oh boy.
Some of us don't have boots or legs. You goddamn ableist.
We're lost as a society.
We're already lost on this topic.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Marvel. Yeah. Sam is way more of a movie guy than I am. And
Are you calling me gay?
Well, no.
That's okay.
not now.
Oh,
Maybe
later.
maybe later. Maybe.
Yeah, not just then. I have and will again, but I don't I haven't seen I would estimate that I've seen 30 to 40% of the Marvel movies. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, big movie guy over here.
Yeah, big movie guy.
So I don't know. I'm definitely the on the outside looking in on this topic. Sam, what are your opening the opposite of statements? Questions.
Questions?
Because that's what we do. Because that's what we do.
Wait, I thought this was my court meeting.
Yeah.
Should be
Oops,
opening
sorry.
statements.
This was Zoom court. I forgot.
Oh shoot.
Shit.
It is just a public Zoom meeting.
It is. Anyone can join it. So obviously the MCU has grown into several different factions of TV and movies. Obviously, it's based off comic books. Do you think the quote unquote fall started with the TV shows, or do you think it started with the films?
I think like when the TV shows were all announced at that one time, I forget that one fest or fair or something like that. There was like this, whoa, that's cool. They haven't done anything like this before. But I definitely think, I would say it's definitely a combo of both, because they decided just to release a ton and a ton and a ton and a ton and a ton. And it felt like, oh, I have to spend so much time watching it to stay with it at all.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you believe in the superhero fatigue, or do you think it's just content fatigue?
I think after they built up, like, Endgame was wildly popular just, amongst like everybody, box office and culture showed that, right? But that was like, supposed to be this like ultimate, like it pieces everything together. It resolutes a story, all of that, so then there's a lot of where the heck do they go from here? And so I think that can definitely be a factor, like toward that superhero fatigue, which is something I actually didn't think about at all with this topic.
Right. And that was the big thing everybody always talked about, was like, oh, there's superhero fatigue. That's why nobody's going to see these movies. They're doing too much. They need to slow down. And I agreed that the quantity was also a little bit much, but it's also at the same time the quality had dropped a lot.
So that's, I mean, I'm going to be a negative Nancy for this whole hour.
When are you not?
The contrarian.
Well, I know it comes as a shock to many viewers that I'm going to be critical, cynical, negative, all of the above.
They're always so happy.
Yeah. Carefree, I've been described as.
I'm learning so much about you.
But I always thought that the quantity was outpacing the quality. That's kind of my whole issue with it. And so I'm not familiar because I haven't kept up in whatever whoever's talking about this shit. So you're saying, because I thought before all of the TV shows and everything that it was enough. We've got enough, guys. We're all right.
I don't think there was a pressing need. I don't think like people were saying, "Give us more, give us more." No, that wasn't the case.
I guess, like, to your point, there's the demand existed if, you know, Endgame is the highest grossing movie ever, or whatever, you know, whichever one of them. I'm sure one of them is the highest grossing movie ever, because every year we get a new highest grossing movie ever, because the nature of inflation and whatnot. But so what are the TV shows? Because I know there's Loki, which is presumably about Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And I know that there's WandaVision.
Yeah, so like I think that's like a great place to like start, because those were the two that started it. Mm-hmm. Those were the two that they released in 21. So I remember they did WandaVision first, and so it was just one show, and it's like, okay, people can go watch this one show. And, you know, I think the same for WandaVision and Loki. It was like, okay, people really dig these. These were different and fun. Mm-hmm. And it seemed to like like at the beginning there, it looked like it was seemed like it was going to be all right.
What's WandaVision about? Because I get what Loki's about because it's in the title. Who's Wanda?
Wanda Maximoff. She is the Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen's character.
Those are all certainly words.
They are all 100% words, yes.
Redhead dresses in red.
Okay. What percentage of the viewers, the consumers of these Marvel cinematic products, would you say have ever read a comic book?
I'd say pretty low.
I'd think so, too.
I'd say pretty darn low.
Like, are all of these characters, every single one in all of these spin-off shows, movies, is every single character, do they have precedent in existing comic books?
Pretty much, yeah. Like a lot of these stories are the stories are very like adapted, you know, like for film.
There's got to be a lot of comic books out there.
Oh yeah. I mean, Stoop, have you read a comic book?
Long ago, and I was probably too young, and I got pretty bored. So, and I was also reading probably lame comic books that, you know, because I'm little and don't know anything, and I was just like, oh, this one has Superman on it. Well, I'm gonna read this. And I tried to read it. I was like, this sucks. You know. Also, I still can't read. It's true. But so you think then? So 21 starts the decline because now they're we're assuming that the market wasn't already saturated. Now they've gone and saturated it.
Yeah, because I guess think about it this way: when they were doing like their normal pre-Avengers Endgame releases, you know, you're probably expecting, all right, there's gonna be like 3 or 4 movies this year. Oh, a new Marvel movie comes out, awesome, I'll go see that one. And then, you know, the same cycle happens 3 months later. Great, another movie, awesome, cool. But when there really isn't like that separation between them all, because now you kind of implant these TV shows in between, it's kind of like it never stops, right? Mm-hmm. So in theory, you know, if I know some of these shows have done like bulk release, but if you think about like, you know, like a weekly release show, which some of them did, you're pretty much always in tune with Marvel, rather than you watch it, you then come back to a couple months later and get invested again, and then a couple months later, right? So it's like you're always present with it.
Okay, so you it's kind of like give me a chance to miss you.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's like,
mm-hmm. Okay, and that is that you agree with that estimation, Sam?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, like it's, you know, I think Sam kind of alluded to it earlier about like the quality of a lot of stuff, but you know, you'll just go to a movie, like a Marvel movie, where I'd be like, okay. But it never used to like be that way, you know.
Right. Yes, Stoop.
Every Marvel movie I leave going, well, that sure looked expensive.
Yeah,
And that's
Yeah, it is.
and that's but that's I'm not like, wow, what a crazy movie, because it's the same plot, it's the same formula every single movie. There's like 50 of them, and it's the same exact arc, and you can see, oh, that's what they're going to use to set up a sequel. Oh, here, oh, look at that, and that ties into the last one. Ooh, and it's the same fucking, giant grandiose battle at the end, and the good guys win, and it's the same movie over and over and over again. So I don't know. I always felt like, yeah, all right, sure, that's a movie. Good job.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love that we have the contrary opinion here. This is yes, I love it. Because like there's been I don't know. I'm a nerd. I like this kind of stuff. I would say like most of them, I'm like, okay, that was pretty good. Yeah. Like obviously the great ones, I'm like, whoa. There's I'm like, those ones are great. But I think like I've just been noticing, the last 2-3 years or so, there's been a lot more, okay, rather than like having a good, profound like movie experience.
Yeah, like, I think too that if you have an appreciation for this like genre of thing where you're just like, what goes into building the spectacle visually that is those movies, that has a lot to do with it too, that maybe I don't have adequate appreciation for.
I think now it requires too much knowledge. That's the thing. That's the other kind of point. I guess one sort of.
Well, plot wise, you mean? Yeah.
So like they've made it a very convoluted, confusing thing with many interesting terms that I think like, oh, you know what, Baloney he said the point I was about to say.
Yep, pretty much.
It kind of confuses the people who just want to go like you, Stoop. If you just want to go watch a movie just because you want to watch a movie, you're going to be like, what? What is the multiverse? What are like time fractals and all that bullshit? Like there's terms where even you go, I can be tuned in for every movie and still be like, what? Like, hold up. What? Like trying to grasp the logic of some of it is very confusing.
Yeah. I mean, that makes me feel a little better because I followed, like, I didn't see, Ant-Man, but I saw those last two Infinity War or whatever the fuck, those Avengers movies. Like I followed those guys are lost in quantum fucking whatever that, Inception land. They're in there where time doesn't exist, and then they're back and they make it so that the Thanos didn't do the snap actually, and everyone comes back. Like I followed that much, but I haven't even attempted to consume any of the Marvel products since then, and it's sounding like maybe I've saved myself some stress.
So like one of my favorite memes about the Marvel, like current state of Marvel, is they'll show like Quantum Mania, like all the MCU is dead. Like the next one was, I don't know, like Spider-Man No Way Home, oh it's back, or like things like that. It's they put out like one hit and then they have a dud, and then they have a hit and then they have a dud.
Yeah, it's you never know what you're gonna get.
Right.
Wait, isn't Spider-Man No Way Home animated?
No, that's the Into the Spider-Verse.
That's those ones.
And do those tie in significantly at all?
Not significantly, though. They have like little like Easter eggs in them, but they're not tied to it at all.
Okay, Spider-Verse is fun. That is I kind of view that as like standalone.
Yeah, I don't think I saw Spider-Verse, but I saw that first animated Miles Morales movie. Yep. I thought that was fantastic.
That was that's universally like holy. People love the soundtrack and the art, and just like a little bit different direction. Like that was really awesome. I'm excited for the next one.
And I felt the same way about Black Panther when it came out, that this was okay. We're kind of breaking away from some of the conventions. Like, again, my whole problem is the movies being formulaic, and like Black Panther was just different enough and just irreverent enough that I was kind of like, this. And also I was already, before I saw the movie, I was already just like, the soundtrack was on repeat for me, so that certainly that helped a lot.
Stoop, let me ruin Black Panther for you. Okay? It's The Lion King.
That doesn't ruin it. That doesn't ruin it. It doesn't. It doesn't hold any special status in my head because it's a fucking. I mean, it's.
Let me ruin Wakanda Forever for everybody. It's Avatar 2.
I didn't. I haven't. Wait. I don't think I saw Wakanda Forever or Avatar 2.
They're the same movie, so when you watch one, you watch the other.
I remember when Avatar came out. That was a big fucking deal.
We're underwater. Ah.
You know what would be great? You know what would be great is tying Avatar into
the Marvel.
Yes.
Oh my!
Yeah, just bring it all home.
Get James Cameron to direct Marvel movie.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Why not? Have a 4-hour fucking Marvel movie, dude.
Hey, if you know anything about James Cameron, you know Aquaman was a smashing success for Vinny Chase. So, hey. Entourage references. But yeah, this current multiverse saga is definitely what has been in the debate of everything. So, up until like Endgame, what was like one of your favorites, or unless in this current like time frame, what's one of your favorite products that they put out?
I would say, in terms of like a movie, I would say that for me, like Guardians of the Galaxy, like it just took like such a different approach.
Mm-hmm.
Giving like a bigger ensemble cast, but in a very non-traditional sense. I think one of their big highlights was that awesome soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
That it just felt like they were the ones that like did that, hey, we're gonna really like tune in an 80s soundtrack into this movie and make it like, and people love that. Like, it's just a very like well-known popular thing. So
yeah, I that was that first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I definitely enjoyed that too. And like a lot of these has their own independent movie. I was at least entertained by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that one, I would say Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok were like,
yes,
okay.
I saw. I don't see a lot. I probably see 2-3 movies in theaters a year, and Thor Ragnarok was one of those movies that I saw.
So Thor Ragnarok was that first one for me that really was like very, like I walked away from that one being like, ooh, that was really good. That was really funny.
Like, yes, that was. I walked away thinking like they threw what I perceive as like the cringy, over serious superhero shit. They threw all that stuff to the wind, and they just wrote jokes. This whole movie, they just had jokes, and I loved that. That's
what made me like fall in love with Marvel, like for real, was watching Thor Ragnarok. Just kind of like I remember going into that movie. I remember like I have a memory before the movie. I'm walking into the theater there, and I'm like, okay, just gonna be another superhero movie. Like, that was before it was kind of well used by Marvel just to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did it, but they executed it great. Like, they didn't have to like really kind of, some of the movies, some of their stuff, it feels like they're really trying.
It's shoehorned in.
Yeah. Like we're going to make a stupid joke at this random moment that has no appeal.
Right.
Like it feels like we get a lot of that. But Thor Ragnarok, great.
Mm-hmm. My favorite thing about Thor Ragnarok was like when they set it up in Age of Ultron, like when they were doing all like the mind like warping, and like he saw the future, and it was like supposed to be this grim like thing and grisly thing, like all these people are dying and blah blah blah. And they go to make the movie like fuck all that, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. And the great thing, like to Stoop's credit too, like Thor Ragnarok is a great one. You can just stand alone, be like, all right, I'm gonna watch that. I know nothing. I'm gonna have a great experience.
Well, and it's like, it's not that I know nothing, because anyone knows the character that is the Hulk. Anyone, like you've got a concept of who the characters are. You don't have to know about like the 17th offshoot of fucking Doctor Strange or something, to get to understand what's happening in the movie. So I think that has a lot to do with it too. And I think that's kind of the overarching theme here, is that it's we're too far. Marvel's too far up its own ass at this point.
Which is really funny because of how Deadpool and Wolverine was made.
Yes.
Extremely meta, I'm sure, because that's the whole
incredibly meta.
So
yeah.
meta. And that was like honestly kind of like it was like a little like relieving to have them be
Cathartic.
very
Yeah.
upfront. Like it did not it didn't mince their words. Basically, they were like, "Ooh, we're gonna be meta, we're gonna be self-aware," and it was like kind of like a refreshing, like, okay, they're not dancing around anything. So
Yeah, it's like punk rock in movie form.
Pretty much.
You know, it was like, yeah, fuck the establishment, fuck the fuck the parent company. We're gonna do our own thing.
Deadpool is the punk rock of Marvel.
Oh yeah,
just doing their own thing.
Actually, I read a Deadpool comic in like 2012 maybe, because I worked with a guy randomly, just a super nerdy guy who was into comics, and I had the same opinions generally of them that I do now. And he was like, "Oh no, but you would actually like this one, trust me." And so like he gave me a Deadpool comic. I was like, "Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying, like for sure." Like this guy, this guy's an asshole. This is like a self-defeating comic book.
Hey, Stoop, to your credit, you know who Deadpool was before me.
That's
because I definitely did not know who Deadpool was in 2012.
I played the old Deadpool video game on Xbox in like 2008 or 9. It was a really poorly cheaply made game.
I was gonna say I didn't. How the heck did they get a game for Deadpool?
It was fun because it was a comic book, so they just made a game out of it. And it was really poorly done, but it was still fun.
Must that have been like right around when Ryan Reynolds was in that X-Men movie?
Yeah.
So mechanically, was it just like the Spider-Man game with different?
Pretty
skin?
much, yeah. It was just different skin and then like really cheap graphics of like knife fights.
Sure. Okay. That's fun.
Yeah, we all loved Spider-Man when he's emo.
Yes.
Oh, man, was that Spider-Man 3 with the? Oh man,
the greatest Marvel movie of all time.
Kids today will never understand. Kids today will never understand the phenomenon of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, man.
Beautiful.
No, like heck, even like when did that come out? Probably like late 2000s.
So the first one is like 2002.
First one was 2001.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Yeah, and then the second one was 2002 or 2003. And then the third one didn't come out till 2007.
Yeah, so
that's why the vibe was way different.
Yeah. See, you're way different. I was way 2007 I was not large, so I like remember seeing it in theaters, but obviously not to the impact that one would as an adult.
Didn't have the cultural impact to you that did to the rest of us at that age.
I don't recall if I saw it in theaters. I saw 2.
Oh, I definitely did.
I remember seeing 2 in theaters. And I remember 3 coming out and a lot of people making a lot of jokes and then me being like, okay, what's this about? And boy, is that a... I think Deadpool wishes it was Spider-Man 3. Hear me out here. Hear me out here, because it's like in Deadpool they're doing it on purpose, like it's meta. But like the ultimate meta is sincerity. Right? When you do enough layers, of ironic, it's eventually unironic again. And that's Spider-Man 3 is like they tried real hard where he's like walking down the street snapping and doing all that shit. Like that's fucking funny. That's funny.
Man, I need to go watch Spider-Man 3 again.
Yeah, I think we should have a Spider-Man 3 viewing party in the White Sox off season, so we have something to do. That's what Sam's gonna host.
Hell yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. This is one thing that Kayla brought up is it's the female-led films like with Black Widow and Marvel or Captain Marvel and the Marvels and the show Miss Marvel, She-Hulk. I think Echo was the newest one that they had with a female lead. Everyone seemed to, of course, hate those because they hate women. The comic book people were not attacking the female leads necessarily. They were just kind of pissed off about how they were portrayed, and I think that obviously helped it, tank a lot of stuff. Was the bad reactions to like the female-led superhero like things. I will agree. I don't like the Captain Marvel casting of Brie Larson. I don't think she fits it very well. But I mean, it's still like a fine movie. It's still a fine thing. But what do you feel like the same about that? That do you think that had a big downturn for them too?
Yeah, I think like people just really, it was just kind of like universally, like people were just not a fan. And like, I think, the fact that Marvel had so many successes in a row, and all these kind of big name male actors signing on to do these big projects, you get like a jillion of them in a row. And then when they kind of threw, when they threw like female leads in there, it just seemed like people were like, this isn't like my usual superhero movie.
Right.
I don't like this. I mean, that was the reaction that, you just see a lot of people have at the time.
Was that same reaction? Oh, never mind. I was gonna commit a cardinal sin of fucking comic book topics and bring up a DC movie. So never mind.
Oh,
I was just gonna ask if the reaction to Wonder Woman the same.
I don't think it was as bad.
I saw Wonder Woman in theaters too.
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
Everyone enjoyed the first one.
I enjoyed the first one.
Yeah,
Nobody seemed to enjoy the second one.
I don't think I saw the second one.
I didn't either.
I like the music in Wonder Woman too.
I think Wonder Woman, like that one worked.
Yeah.
That one worked. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people like casting, so.
Well, we don't like her anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
But
at the time when that first one came out.
Yeah. I thought that was a nice movie. Anyway, that's a distraction because it's not Marvel, damn it.
Distraction.
See, but as it pertains to Marvel, like I have a problem with not the casting of Captain Marvel, but the character of Captain Marvel, because it's the Jesus, Goku, Superman archetype. Like it's just you don't really need any of the other superheroes at all if you've got that. Like all the other superheroes have like their own neat little like quirk, and the like, oh, this guy runs really fast, this guy disappears, this guy shoots arrows, whatever the fuck. And Captain Marvel's just like, I'm just God. I just do I'm just all powerful.
Like she kind of has that personality of like, I can show up whenever I want. Like in the Avengers movies, it's literally just, I'll show up, I'll help.
Right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the other casting in the first Captain Marvel, I thought was really well done. Like I thought Jude Law was great. I thought Annette Bening was great in her role. The lady who played Maria Rambeau was very good. I forgot her name. But there's something about Brie Larson's just delivery as the character and the way she like carries the character that just didn't really do much for the film.
I couldn't believe when I saw that it was Brie Larson, because the only way I knew Brie Larson, the only time I'd ever seen her before was when she was on a few episodes of Community.
Yeah, she was Community. She was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I think she was an episode of The League. Up until then.
She was obviously she was way younger and
and 21 Jump Street
looks very different.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so I was like, wait, that's who is the God, the Jesus, Superman, Goku, all powerful being. That's the one you went with, huh?
Yeah.
It was like they just spun a wheel of white women. They're like, well, we know it has to be one of them, so let's just pick one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I was gonna say on the flip side of it, though, there was really great castings with Miss Marvel with Iman Vellani, who plays Miss Marvel. She's great in that role. I think Tatiana Maslany is great as She-Hulk, and like all these other great female castings. It's just anytime it's a major movie, everyone has to attack it immediately. And it's the same thing kind of with Wakanda Forever. Obviously, with having Chadwick Boseman having died in real life, they had to pivot to
He's a real asshole for that.
female lead. Screwed up all their plans. And everybody was just like, we don't know how this is gonna work with with the person playing Shuri. Like, I don't know why it's ingrained in everybody's head that a female can't carry a film.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, at least the second Black Panther movie was also excellent.
Was it? I haven't seen it.
I thought it was really good. I thought they did a pretty good job.
Yeah. It was good. I thought the villain could have been better.
Yeah,
I felt like he just wasn't in it enough.
Yeah, it was kind of the villain part was like a little bit of a stretch.
Mm-hmm.
But I just liked what they did with the characters because they really had to turn everything around from what from what the hand was forced on them.
Right.
And they didn't just straight up recast.
I didn't see this.
But so what I yeah, we know, buddy. There are signs. What the fuck was I just gonna say? Damn it! I can't read and think at the same time. Also, I can't read it. I can't read at all.
Sounded out.
No, we talked about sounding already on the show. We're actually contractually obligated to mention sounding once a week. Fuck was I gonna say? Yeah, I haven't seen any of the more recent ones, but does the second Black Panther have an equally cool soundtrack? Because then I'll watch it.
I think
so.
Because probably the highlight of all of the Black Panther movie is a song that I don't even think was in the movie, which is the hit from that soundtrack, which is King's Dead with Kendrick and Future. And it was fucking iconic. Future just going like,
I think that was the song that played as they rolled the credits of the movie.
Miss me with that bullshit, dude, like that. Oh my god, stop! Oh my god.
that first soundtrack went unbelievable.
Oh, it's the best. That's the best. Yeah, he's got it. Exactly.
Doesn't Future sound like that always?
Iconic. Yeah. I forgot I had an actual question, but it's gone. So Sam, you have to ask one.
That's okay. So how do you feel about Robert Downey Jr. coming back and playing a villain this time?
Dang it, I was going to pose that to you. Be like, what do you think?
No, we asked the question, sir. It's in the contract.
Darn it. Hold up. Let me look at it again. I'm so conflicted by it because I really like Robert Downey Jr. Like he's just he's a great watch. I like him a lot. I really liked him in Oppenheimer too, but besides the point.
He's very good in Oppenheimer.
It's like, I've got the side of me that's like, all right, sweet. I get to watch him in movies again. Like there's that part of me. It's like, great, awesome. But they're going to have to do a lot of work. I don't know if they're going to try and go retcon some bullshit because you can't have this dude who looks exactly the same be Dr. Doom unless they're going to say it's still him, but alternate reality changed this. But I just, it could have been an opportunity to let someone else do it. So it makes me wonder if this is a move to try and save a little face.
Yeah,
it definitely
is. Everything they do, they spent so much money on him, and they could have spent a fraction on, like you said, they could have given somebody else a shot. You can be Dr. Doom, and but the fucking pigs that own the rights are like, no, people will only come see the movie if it's Robert Downey Jr. Pay him whatever he wants.
Well, yeah, they did that, and then
my human flesh.
And then they brought the Russo brothers back to direct the next two Avengers movies again, even though they said they were going to be done after Endgame because this is too much on their schedule.
There's more Avengers movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the point of calling one fucking Endgame?
Because they were in the Endgame at that point.
There's literally the quote. The Doctor Strange makes that quote.
The next one is called whoops, there's another game we forgot about.
Overtime.
Yeah, overtime.
Avengers overtime.
Avengers overtime.
And then Avengers
double overtime.
And then Avengers double overtime.
I'm glad we all thought the same thing. Yeah.
Yep.
That's perfect.
Yep. But yeah, where are we talking about? Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, I started thinking about the baseball scene in Twilight and how awesome it would be for an Avengers movie to have a hockey scene, because when I think overtime, double overtime, first sport for some reason that I thought of was hockey. And wouldn't it be fun to have, Thor and the Hulk and then the bad guys on the other side, and they have a spontaneous hockey game? Because that's where we're headed, man. Someone's got to justify to me, someone's got to explain to me how any of this is like any higher brow than the fucking Fast and Furious franchise. To me, they're interchangeable.
Yeah,
it's just fucking fluff, and it's just
money grabs.
Visually stunning, costs a lot of money, makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Visually stunning. It's funny that you say that, because that was going to be my next question.
Go ahead.
Why has the CGI gotten so much worse?
That's what I'm saying.
I think they kind of got back into it with Guardians 3, and then with Deadpool and Wolverine there was better like CGI effects, but those run of some really bad CGI in these movies.
I guess do you have any examples that you have on your mind?
Thor: Love and Thunder with the floating head on the kid.
Yeah.
Awful. The third eye on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was just terrible.
Yeah. One thing that I kind of I guess is part of the discussion too, I guess the thought of it at least a little bit, is that they ended Endgame, I think in 2019 or something like that. So then you wonder when they were trying to release those movies in 21 after having missing the COVID year, you know, I kind of, because there were for example, there were a couple anime shows I watched that they were still releasing stuff during 2021, but the quality was just awful because, COVID made things hard and whatnot. But they kind of had to figure out what to do next during the pandemic. So it changed a lot for movies and stuff.
And I think there was also an issue between Marvel and the visual studio that they're using. I think they were unionizing those guys, and that was a big standoff. So I think they had pretty much scab workers coming in to do the visual effects, which you saw the fruit of that. It was not great.
Well, next time that happens, they won't have to pay scab workers. They'll just have AI do it.
Yeah, pretty much. It could have been AI too, the way that shit looked.
Yeah. Dang, I was looking up the
stretch so thin because all that. I mean that makes sense. And they're trying to do more stuff. Yeah, because they don't want to outsource that to people who know what they're doing.
Right. They'd rather just keep it in Disney though. But
Disney needs to cut costs. They don't make enough money.
Yeah, I was about to say we're dangerously close to beginning the capitalism tailspin on talking out our ass here, where private equity comes in and just ruins everything, just buys up these companies and fires all the people that know what they're doing, and then
that flag is gonna have to get decorated with sponsors, private firms.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah, I noticed in just a few, I don't really care to nitpick it so much, but when you that's on your feed and your social media so much, it's oh, look at all these bad things that Marvel's been doing lately. It's
that's the thing about social media is that you don't have to be interested in nitpicking because someone else is doing it for you.
Very interested.
And then they're putting it in front of you, and you're like, that is pretty bad.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of the same way when I go to see a Marvel movie. I just it's just something to do. It's all right, that was fine. It was fun. Whatever. I don't care. I don't come out of the movie they didn't stick to the comic books. They didn't have the right outfit. They didn't have this. And when I see those comments, I'm just you are a dork. But I did enjoy Deadpool and Wolverine kind of catering to that kind of crowd though, with very comic accurate stuff, which was cool to see. But who cares?
Who
Like,
cares?
how mu-
Like that's
like-
that's how I feel about Deadpool. Like Deadpool, I'll just like, who cares? I'm just gonna go in and know that there's gonna be some stupid funny joke about a dick that I'm gonna laugh about.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Really, that's the meaning of life is dick jokes.
Dick jokes are the
How
meaning of
many?
life.
How much lunch money do you think I could get if I just like show up to one of these Marvel premieres? these guys are fucking nerds.
Stoop, how tall are you?
I don't. I don't
You got
feel
a 5 or
qual-
a 6. You
I
got a
don't
5 or
feel-
a 6.
Well, it's a 6. I don't feel qualified to. I don't want to seem like I'm bragging. So
No, you could. I'm trying to get a gauge if you were to come beat me up at the movie theater, would I win or would I lose?
well, I mean, reach is only counts for so much. I think there's a good chance that you have the stamina over me. And
I was gonna say he's only got the stamina for maybe one slap.
yeah, that's and then I need to sit down.
Just request a 5-minute time break.
Now, if you're both seated, he's got a shot at you.
But I'm not getting up, so it's like that.
Once you stand up, it's over. He's done.
Have you seen the car fighting, the Russian car fighting league?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah, man. That's what we're talking about. That's my kind of sport where you're basically seated the whole time. Oh. Oh man, I'm gonna watch some of that when we're done here. I showed that to my 69-year-old father, and he was rolling on the floor. He was losing his fucking mind. That is the funniest shit. Because the first move when the thing sounds is you go for the other guy's seatbelt. Like you take your seatbelt off and then you go to block the other guy, make sure he doesn't get his seatbelt off.
His seat.
Yeah. You're just fucking wailing. Let
me just tell you, Stoop, if you enjoy those videos, you'll enjoy Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will for any number of reasons.
But I mean, back to Robert Downey Jr. like being cast as Doctor Doom. It really bothers me that they did that just for the fact that his name is Victor Von Doom. I want him to have an accent, and I don't want Robert Downey Jr. to have an accent.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want him to do Tropic Thunder?
I kind of do. That would be hilarious.
Oh.
But I know Mads Mikkelsen has already been in the MCU and Doctor Strange, but he would have been a great Doctor Doom in my opinion.
Von Doom.
Like he already has the accent. He can, and he's already pretty menacing as an actor, even though he's a very nice person.
Yeah.
He just plays a very good menacing guy, very good. Did you have anybody that you would want to have cast in that role as Doctor Doom?
I didn't realize that we were going to get it this soon. Not gonna lie. So
Yeah.
I remember when it popped up, I was like, "Wait, what? They're doing this already?" Ooh, Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, that was another one people were fan casting was Cillian Murphy as Doctor Doom, which I think would have been good.
Yeah, that would have been good. But yeah, it's just like it's like, come on, be a little original, maybe.
Right.
Private
Yeah.
equity doesn't give a shit, man.
No,
Private
they
equity
really
does not
don't.
care.
No.
Does not care.
And it's kind of funny that he only got a contract for I think 3 films or maybe only 2 films, but
I think it's. I know it's like what wasn't it like $100 million or something. Like
$600 million.
$600 million. Oh.
$600 million.
Ooh, Jerry could be our guy.
Could be.
Yeah.
Jerry Reinsdorf is Doctor. I mean, that's fitting.
What's I don't know anything. What's Doctor Doom's deal? What does he do? What does he want?
He is a scientist business tycoon who wants to rule the world. Just like, a lot of the villains in
Yes.
Marvel.
Marvel
So
villain
Lex Luthor.
Yeah, pretty much. But
Yeah.
with actual power, not actual powers, but more power.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, does he have powers or not?
No, he causes doom.
Yeah, he has scientific powers, which he, like Iron Man is basically he built his own powers.
So he's got powers the way like Rick from Rick and Morty has powers. Like he can
Sure.
just make stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
His main adversary is the Fantastic Four, which is coming out in 2026 or something.
Oh, we're doing that again?
It's July of next year.
Oh, is that actually next year?
Yeah.
Oh, that was 2026.
Wow. Who's gonna be Jessica Alba?
Vanessa Kirby.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. Pedro Pascal's in that one.
Pedro Pascal plays Mr. Fantastic. Joseph Quinn's playing Johnny Storm.
Oh, that's a downgrade.
And what the heck's his name?
Oh,
Eben Moss Buckrock or whatever his hell name is.
Yes, Eben Moss Buckrock.
Yeah, he's the thing.
Are we? Did they not call Jessica Alba?
I mean, she's almost 50, so
yeah. I don't care. She's not busy.
She probably wouldn't do it. But
and
that's another thing.
It's like over this Vanessa Kirby, who I just Googled and learned exists right now.
Everyone's always upset, like, oh, why are they? Why are they getting a new person to do this? Blah, blah, blah. Like, these dudes are getting old.
Well, but the problem is, but the problem is, if you'll notice, women get old and women get recast. Hugh Jackman, 90 years old, still playing his original character.
Well, he looks fantastic.
I'm sure Jessica Alba looks great. I'm sure.
And you're right. Female do get recast much more often than male casting does. But I mean, that's like everyone's like, oh, why are they done with Captain America already? Blah blah blah. And why are they, why are all these guys going away? I'm like, Mark Ruffalo's
already. They've made 8 trillion of the same movie over and over. What do you mean already?
And then
isn't it enough? When is it enough?
Everyone's
Brett,
like, oh,
Brett, my question to you is, when is it enough? When can we stop making these movies?
It's never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. We're getting the How to Train Your Dragon cinematic universe.
Yep.
Oh God. Aren't there enough movies?
There are.
Coming in 2032, it's a remake of Iron Man.
Literally. But you know what? Except they're not going to recast Robert Downey Jr. because
it's still going to be him.
Oh my God. You know what? I saw this on Twitter a couple months ago. I think it was before Despicable Me 4 came out, but like the Minions account put out this fake cinematic universe of the Minion movies, and it was like 80 deep until like 2100. It was hilarious. They got a new movie every year, different title and design for like 80 years or something like that.
Yep. It was like when they at the credits of 22 Jump Street when they were doing that. They're like 23 Jump Street, medical school, 24 Jump Street.
Like at what point do the Minions movies just devolve into porn? Like, are we how many iterations are we away from that? Do you think?
Probably not many.
Not many.
Like before we start.
Pretty sure it's already out there.
Yeah, no. But I mean official, like from Illumination Studios starts releasing straight to DVD Minion porn, because I mean they'd make a ton of money.
I'm sure they would.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be forever.
That's
an anthology series we didn't cover 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, this was a great episode about Marvel movies.
Hey, you want to talk about Marvel movies? Yeah, what about Minion porn? Do you think Marvel will ever get Minion porn?
So, my final question then, and I think I know the answer. If I'm going to pick one of these, because like I said, the last Marvel movie, the most recent Marvel movie, as far as I can remember that I saw, was Endgame. Anything that's happened between then and now, if I've got to pick one thing to watch, what should I watch?
Anything between Endgame and now.
Yeah.
I'll stick to movies here too.
Yeah. Oh, please.
Stick to movies here. The choices, honestly, are not the greatest.
Okay,
No.
so Deadpool, Wolverine. That's solved.
I would say either Deadpool or
I saw the first
in the
Deadpool.
white spot.
I don't know if that was since then, but I saw that.
Guardians 3, I'd say. Probably
Guardians 3 is really
one
good.
of the better ones.
Guardians 3 over Deadpool, Wolverine.
It's not far fetched as much as you think it'd be.
It doesn't say. I don't know what's far fetched or not. I'm genuinely asking.
If you want them to make any decent shot at a real plot, Guardians 3 would be the route.
Okay.
But
right.
if you want to just watch a funny movie, Deadpool
Right.
is your
If you want something with a bunch of action and dick jokes, Deadpool.
Deadpool. Yeah, Deadpool.
Well, I do like those things.
Yes.
I do enjoy those things.
There's a lot of it.
That's perfect for you.
Well, luckily we talked long enough that we don't have to take viewer questions. Because fuck them. If you watch this show,
fuck your questions.
Fuck you. What are you doing, idiot? Go do something better.
Go fuck yourselves. Our loving, caring audience. Just remember, if you're watching this, that's your fault.
That's your fault.
Just because we asked doesn't mean you have to. Brett, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. Thank you coming on, talking Marvel Cinematic Universe with us. Is there anything you want to plug while you're here?
Go follow Stocks on 35th. And let's get that loss record.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
121, we're coming for you. We're coming for you. You're welcome to have permission to never watch it. Thank you so much again, Brett. As he said, go follow Sox on 35th. They're doing great stuff over there, even in a very, very awful time to cover baseball for the White Sox. But you know what? Somebody's got to do it. From us, we'll be back on Thursday with AskCast. That's every Thursday at 7. And we will see you guys then. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the stream, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.